Morning, students. Today we are going to learn about a interesting poem that is The River. The River is a memory poem. It's a memory poem which is written by Caroline Ann Bowles. So before I stepping towards the poem, I have some questions. Can I ask you? Yes. So do you like river? Yes. Everyone likes river. Do you have any experience in to playing in river? Yes. So in childhood time we have spent our time in river, that is we are playing in the banks of the river. Yes, so like the same thing, how the river will be and what are the quality of this river. So this is the thing we are going to discuss in this stanzas. So this is the profile of the poet, that is The River, which is written by Caroline Ann Bowles, and her lifespan is 1786 to 1854. That is, she was born in 1786 and she was died in 1854. She is a British poet and she is a writer, and she married a person named Robert Southey. That is, Robert Southey is also a poet. That is, Robert Southey is a poet laureate of Britain, and her important works, that is chapter on churchyard and tales of the factories. So this is the important works of the poet Caroline Ann Bowles. That is, this is the profile of the poet Caroline Ann Bowles. This is the biography. The next thing is the glossary, that is the textual glossaries we are going to see. The first one is eternity. Eternity means, that is, life continuing without end after. That is, eternity means there is no end at all. It is a continuous process. Okay. The next thing is death foliage. Death foliage means a cluster of leaves, flowers, and branches. So it's a mixture of flowers, leaves, and branches of the tree. The next thing is glancing. Glancing means to touch or hit something without making any damage. It is the meaning of glancing. The next thing is hath. Hath is the meaning of have. The next thing is headlong. Headlong means, that is, the head first goes and the rest of the body goes on the next. So this is the meaning of headlong. The next thing is impetuous. Impetuous meaning, that is acting quickly without any thinking. It is the meaning of impetuous. The next thing is rose banks. So rose banks means on the river bank we could find out some flowers and trees is there. Yes. So likewise the rose bank means it is the flowers which is appeared in the banks of the rivers. The next thing is swelling. Swelling means, that is to become greater in density or in volume. So it is the meaning of swelling. Denting. Denting means going in a particular way. So this is the glossaries of the poem The River. Now we are going to see the stanzas of the poem River. The first stanza, that is, River, river, little river, bright, sparkle on your way, over the yellow pebbles dancing, through the flowers and foliage glancing, like a child at play. The next stanza is River, river, swelling river, on your rush through rough and smooth, louder, faster, brawling, leaping, over racks by rose blanks sweeping. I like impetuous youth. The next stanza is River, river, brimming river, broad and deep and still as time, seeming still and still in motion, tending onward to the ocean just like mortal prime. So, this is the third stanza. The fourth stanza is River, river, headlong river, down you dash into the sea. See that line hath never sounded, see that sail hath never rounded, like eternity. That is, this is the last stanza of the poem, The River. As I told you that this is the memory poem. So these memory poem, The River is consist of 4 stanzas. Each stanzas, that is, in first stanza we have 5 lines. in second stanza we have more than 5 lines. Now we are going to see the explanation of the river. That is, in first stanza, river, river, little river, bright to sparkle on your way, over the yellow pebbles dancing, through the flowers and foliage glancing, like a child at play. That is, the poetess is talking to the river like river, river, little river. That is, the poetess is talking to the river like river, river, little river. That is, the poetess used a kind of personification here. What is the meaning of personification? It is nothing but to consider non-living thing as a living thing. So like that, the poetess is used and called the river as a little river. Yes, the next thing is bright to sparkle on your way. So bright, what is the meaning of bright? Bright means to brightening, it is not dull. Yes, so it seems that is the river means very bright. Here the word you is the representation of the river. That is, I told you that the poetess is talking to the river. That is, here the you is the representation of the river. That is, the poetess is talking to the river. That is, bright you sparkle on your way. That is, when the river flows towards the ocean, it seems very bright and it flows on its own way. The next line is over the yellow pebbles dancing. So the river flows and it is dancing over the yellow pebbles. So what is the meaning of yellow pebbles? It's a small stone. Yes. So that is when the river flows on its own way, it is dancing over the yellow pebbles. The next thing is through the flowers and foliage glancing. That is, the river flows through the flowers and foliage glancing. So what is the meaning of foliage glancing? That is, the river flows through the flowers and branches of the trees and roses of the, that is the flowers. Okay, so that is the river flows through the flowers and leaves of the trees and it is dancing like a child. Yes, so that is when the river flows on its way, it flows through the flowers and roses and the branches of the trees and it is playing like a child. So this is the first explanation of the stanza 1. Stanza 2. River, river, swelling river, on you rush through rough and smooth, louder, faster, brawling, leaping over rocks by rose blanks, sweeping like impetuous youth. So, in next stanza, again the poet is talking to the river like river, river, swelling river. So, what is the meaning of swelling? That is, the river is greater in density. Okay, and the next line is on you rush through rough and smooth. That is, the river flows through rough places and small places. Next thing is louder, faster, brawling, leaping. That is, when the river flows fastly, it is making some sort of sound and it flows fastly and it is flows like a fighter. Yes, that is, the river flows through rough and smooth places and when it flows fastly, it is making some sort of sound and the river flows through rough rocks and banks where the roses grow. That is, the river flows through the rough rocks and banks where the roses grow. So likewise the river flows it. Next, that is, here the poetess is comparing a river with youth. That is, what is the quality of the youth? Yes, so youth is doing everything restlessly. Yes, they are acted. Yes, that is, they are very energetic, right? So, likewise, the river is very energetic and it flows continuously without taking rest. Okay, so here the poet is comparing the river with youth. So, here also there is another personification is there. The next stanza is: River, river, brimming river, broad and deep and still as time, seeming still yet still in motion, tending onward to the ocean just like Martel Prime. So, this is the stanza 3. So, again, the poetess is talking to the river like river, river, brimming river. So, what is the meaning of brimming? That is, the river flows continuously. Next thing is broad and deep. That is, you river, you are very broad, which means that the river is very large and you are very deep. That is, the poetess is talking to the river that you river, you are very broad and you are very deep, and still you are as like time. That is, the time will not stop for anyone. So likewise, the river flows continuously without taking any stop. That is, the poet is comparing the river with time as sometimes. And the next thing is seeming still and still in motion. That is, sometimes river seems as time and sometimes river seems as motionless. Yes, so that is, the poet is telling that though you seem motionless, you are moving towards the ocean. So sometimes you seems as like time and sometimes you seems like us motionless, but still you are going towards the ocean. So likewise, the poetess is telling to the river. The next thing is just like Martel Prime, that is, the river is acted as a Martel Prime. So what is Martel Prime? So what is Martel thing? Martel thing is a destroyable thing. What is immortal thing? So immortal will not destroy. For it we can say that God is a mortal thing, soul is immortal thing. So likewise, river is acted as a Martel Prime, that is the quality of human, right? So the river is flows as continuously as like a Martel Prime. The next stanza is, this is last stanza: river, river, headlong river, down you dash into the sea. See that line hath never sounded, see that sail hath never rounded like eternity. That is, again, the poetess is telling that is, the poetess is describing about the river. That is, river, river, headlong river. So, what is the meaning of headlong? That is, head goes at first and the rest of the body follows the head. Yes, so likewise, the river flows continuously. And the second thing is down you dash into the sea. That is, the river flows towards the sea. And see that line hath never sounded. That is in sea we can't measure. That is how length it is and how rounded it is. So likewise, we can't measure the river. Yes, so likewise, that is, the river flows towards the ocean and it seems that it never sounded and it never rounded. Okay, and you river, you are like eternity. So what is the meaning of eternity? Eternity means infinite thing. Yes, the process which is going on continuously without stop. So that is, the river flows continuously. So likewise, the poet has completed this poem. So the entire poem is about the quality of the river. Yes, so through this poem, the poetess Caroline Ann Bowles prizes about the river. This is the explanation of the stanza 1. Oh, little river, sparkle brightly on your way. You go dancing over the yellow pebbles. You glance through the flowers and leaves of trees, dancing the while like a child at play. That is, in first stanza we learned that the river which is going brightly on its own way and it is dancing over the yellow pebbles. Yes, and not only dancing over the yellow pebbles but also it flows and dance through the flowers and the leaves of the trees, and it is playing as like a child. So This is the thing which the author is praised about the river. The next thing is that is the river which is rushing through rough places and smooth places. That is, yes, so the water have the energetic power to destroy and to create something. Yes, so that is the thing. That is, the river flows through rough places and smooth places. So the river hath both quality. That is, it has the quality of rough and smooth. So as like the river flows through rough and small places. Sorry, smooth places. Yes, and the river which is brawling and leaping. That is, the river is a fighter. Yes, because it flows fastly, and when it flows fastly it is making some sort of sound, and it is flows fastly as like a fighter. Yes, the next thing is the river flows through the rocks and rose banks. What is the meaning of rose banks? So it is nothing but it's a flower which has appeared in the plants. Yes, so it flows through the rocks. Rock means it's a hard stone. Yes, it's a big stone, right? Yes, the river flows through the rocks and rose banks, and it flows as curve. Yes, and it is acted as a youth. The next thing is, oh, river which is full, now you are broad and deep and motionless as time. Though you seem motionless, you are moving towards the ocean. Now you are like a man in his prime. That is, the river is full, and the river seems very broad, that is very large, and it seems very deep. And sometimes river is motionless, that is, it is acted as like a motionless, and sometimes it is acted as motion. Yes, so that is, the river is sometime acting and sometime it is seems as without any acting. Yes, so that is, the poet is telling that though you seem motionless, you are moving towards the ocean. Yes, so the next thing is, and the river is also like a prime. That is the thing. That is, the river which flows towards the ocean, and it that is the sea we can't measure, and the sea we can't rounded, you know, because it is very large and it is very deep. And at last the poetess is compared the river as eternity. So eternity means the river flows continuously without any stop, right? Next, these are all the rhyming words of this poem, The River. That is, in first stanza, you could find that is in third line we could find that the last word, that is dancing and glancing. So when we are pronounce these words, we could understand that we have the rhyming thing, that is dancing and glancing. And the next rhyming words is leaping and sweeping. So why we are mentioning these words as rhyming words, in the sense that is the ending pronunciation is same. Yes, so you just pronounce it and you just understand it. That is dancing and glancing. So we have the same rhyming thing. Leaping, sweeping. The next thing is motion, ocean. The next thing is sounded, rounded. So the both words pronouncing the same pronunciation. Yes, that is the rhyming words. And the rhyming scheme is A, B, C, C, D. So this is the rhyming scheme of this poem, The River. This is the appreciation of the poem. That is, the river is the poem which describes a river in all its vitality and splendor. In the first stanza, the poet addresses a river as a little river which seems to be bright and sparkle. It is flowing over the yellow pebbles, flowers, leaves like a child at play. Here, the poet describes the movement of the river on a smooth passage. The next stanza, the poet addresses the river as swelling river because as it moves on it take wider passages louder and faster over rocks, sweeping the rose flowers on the banks like an impetuous youth. Through this is the poet that describes the movement of the river when it comes down. In next stanza, the poet addresses river as brimming river, thus moving fastly in its depth, but discussed as still on the surface, but is tending towards the ocean just like a marble prime. The last stanza is the final stanza. The poet addresses the river as headlong river because it is joining with sea in all its silence, because it is now joining the eternal peace of sea. That is, the river has been joined with the sea. That is, the sea is a eternal thing. In next, we are going to see the poetic devices in the poem The River. The first one is anaphora. Anaphora is the repetition of a certain word or phrase at the beginning of successive lines of writing or speech. So, what is anaphora? Anaphora is a repetition of a certain word, that is called anaphora. In this example, you could understand that there is two lines is presented here. That is, see that line hath never sounded, see that sail hath never rounded. Yes, so in first line we have the word named as see. In the second line the word is here. That is, what is the definition of anaphora? Anaphora is the repetition of the certain word. That is, in first line there is a word is named as see. In second line also there is a word is named as see. That is, in both lines we could understand that the same word is presented. Yes, so that is anaphora. And the next thing is epithet. What is epithet? Epithet is an adjective or phrase expressing a quality or attribute regarded as characteristics of the person or the thing mentioned. So what is epithet? Epithet is an adjective. What is adjective? Adjective is nothing but it denotes the quality of noun. Here the word river is a noun, and here the poet mentioned that little river. Yes, so what is the quality of the river? That is, the river it's not a long one, it is a little river. So this is the quality of the river. That is, epithet is an adjective or phrase, but it denotes the quality of the word or adjective. It is epithet. And the next thing is imagery. What is imagery? That is, imagery is the name given to the elements in a poem that sparks the senses. It need not be only visual, it can relate any of the five senses: sight, hearing, touch, taste, and smell. That is yellow pebbles. So yellow pebbles. So imaginary is nothing but if we can imagine the things when we read out anything in the sense, it can be known as imaginary. For example, the river is a little river and yellow pebbles, and the river is dancing, the rose banks on the river bank, and it is dashing into the sea. So this is the imaginary things we can imagine. That is, we can imagine it when we read out the poetic lines. So this is imaginary. Okay. That is, I could understood that. I hope you understood well. Yes. So, thank you, students.